From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
In addition to warm temperatures, it was extremely windy across the area today with wind gusts over 40 miles per hour for Lansing, 37 Grand Rapids, and 30 miles per hour in Jackson. Rainfall still well to our west, so no threat of any precipitation out there for the evening hours. Temperatures, there's a pretty big difference between northern portions of the state, 60s and 70s, and 80s here. We got a stationary front that's going to set up and generate some showers and storms over the coming days. Currently 83 Lansing, 83 in Jackson, 85 degrees in Howell. Again tonight, good travel weather if you have to be out, or if it's a windows open sort of night. I think you could take advantage of that because temperatures tonight only bottom out near 60 by early tomorrow morning, and we're not going to be as warm in terms of our daytime highs tomorrow as well. And then we have to get ready for some weekend rain. 6 News at 6 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 6.
MSU is used to fighting to win in sports, but now it's facing a fight in the legislature. It's our top story at 6. Thank you for joining us. I'm Siobhan Klepfer.
And I'm Jorma Duran. MSU, along with the University of Michigan, are now facing a legislative challenge after a key lawmaker proposed to slash millions of dollars of state aid to both schools.
Our Capitol correspondent Tim Skubic is here for you tonight with the reason behind the funding fight.
The Republican chair of the House Higher Education budget is, quote, trimming the fat that he says has existed for, quote, far too long at MSU and the U of M. $62 million will be cut from Sparty, $239 million from Block M. Representative Mark Markkanen, a graduate of Northern Michigan, will divert that $300 million plus to the state's other universities. He was unavailable for comment on camera today. He notes that MSU still gets extra state dollars for its extension services and agricultural research, while he argues that the U of M has an endowment of $500 million. The House proposal provides $5,500 in scholarships for students who attend a state university out of high school, and another $5,500 per pupil on campus. But the state aid stays basically at the same level as last year. The representative also wants a 10% ceiling on how much is spent at the 15 colleges on administrative costs. The representative would also withhold state support for universities that don't eradicate any DEI programs. The last time higher education took a budget hit was when the U of M graduate, Governor Rick Snyder, did the cutting. Now, MSU is on the defensive, trying to basically send the message that they can't provide a quality education with this extensive of a cut. This is not over yet. It's only a committee recommendation and a long ways to go before they settle this higher ed fight. Here for you in Lansing, Tim Skubic, 6 News.
Also at the Capitol, a measure honoring Hillsdale County Deputy Sheriff William Butler Jr. was approved by the Senate Veterans and Emergency Services Committee on Wednesday. The bill would designate a portion of Highway M34 in Hillsdale County from Pioneer Road to South Pittsford Road as the Deputy Sheriff William Butler Jr. Memorial Highway.
The 51-year-old was shot and killed in the line of duty while helping another officer during a traffic stop in 2024. Butler was the first Hillsdale County Sheriff's deputy to be killed on the job since 1930. The bill now goes to the full Senate.
2 people have now been arrested in connection with Sunday's deadly shooting of 58-year-old Marvin High in Lansing.
34-year-old Ross Coates from Eaton Rapids and 32-year-old Nicole Bowers from Lansing are facing multiple charges, including open murder, carrying a concealed weapon, carrying a weapon with unlawful intent, and felony firearms charges. They were arraigned today in 54A District Court. The shooting happened on Sunday evening in the 3300 block of Bardaville Street. Police say the victim was shot several times and died at a hospital. The suspects are expected back in court on June 26th.
A Lansing couple has now been sentenced for second-degree murder and first-degree child abuse after the death of their 3-day-old infant daughter in 2017. Joshua and Rachel Palan were sentenced today in Ingham County Circuit Court and could serve up to 45 years in prison. The couple was originally charged with manslaughter, but in 2019, Judge James Jamo gave county prosecutors permission to file new charges of murder and child abuse. The baby died from conditions related to jaundice after the couple refused medical treatment, citing their religious beliefs.
Well, we are working tonight to get more details on why the Lansing Police dive team was in the Grand River today. We do know they were assisting with an investigation taking place in the water near the South MLK Bridge and Moores River Drive. Stay with 6. We'll update you as we get that new information.
As protests continue against the Trump administration's immigration crackdown in California and other places, Michigan experts and officials are now speaking their minds.
Protests started in Los Angeles on Friday, and since then, President Trump has ordered thousands of National Guard members and Marine troops to deploy in the area.
6 News spoke with a local Homeland Security and National Guard expert about his thoughts on the situation, and Karina Prieto is here for you now with what she found out. Good evening, Karina.
Good evening, Siobhan and Jorma. I spoke with retired Brigadier General and Cooley Law Professor Michael McDaniel, who tells me he's surprised at how small the protests are compared to the heavy military response that we're seeing. Now, McDaniel rose through the ranks of the Michigan National Guard for nearly 3 decades and taught domestic operations and constitutional law at Cooley Law School. He explains the president does have the ability to use military force domestically through the Insurrection Act. However, McDaniel says President Trump has not invoked the act, and neither the California governor nor the state legislature have requested the deployment of troops, which he says is required before the federal government intervenes. McDaniel says the ability to engage and deter criminal activity is first and foremost with the states, and the federal government should stay out of it.
So he is, in essence, using military forces for the sole purpose of protecting a federal building. Military has to be apolitical, neutral. They cannot be engaged in that. It suggests that the current president sees the military as an instrument that he can use to quash political speech.
McDaniel also says he believes President Trump is acting unconstitutionally in this situation. He also told me although the current issues are in California, the implications are far-reaching and can affect anyone.
Protests are covered under the First Amendment. If you in the White House decide to use military force to stifle First Amendment debate, political speech, which goes to the core of our Constitution and our system of government, none of us are safe from an authoritarian state. I'm stating that awfully strongly, but I believe it strongly, that you have to allow types of protests. You cannot have the federal government step in.
Now, Representative Josh Shriver was scheduled to hold a press conference today urging local governments to cooperate with the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and put a stop to, quote, lawless violence. We plan to attend that conference, but it was rescheduled to tomorrow. We'll be sure to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
The weather was overall quite nice out there today. A lot of sunshine. It was windy, but still very nice. Earlier this week, did you catch the strawberry full moon? Boy, it was a beautiful one. Take a look. This is from Ashley and Jackson, showing that reddish color to the moon, and part of it due to some wildfire smoke overhead. But boy, it made for a spectacular shot there. Certainly appreciate that. If you'd like to upload your favorite weather pic, just head to WLNS.com/share. Upload away, and you might see it right here on 6 News at 6 o'clock. A look at our high temperature trend. It's a great time to be outside. We've finally got pretty consistent mild weather. Saturday is the exception at 74, but that's not cold. Next week we're in the low 80s, and that's going to come with some humidity as well. So it's going to feel every bit of summer for at least from Monday through Wednesday, probably into Thursday as well, before slightly cooler weather begins to push back in. Got nothing too heavy in terms of rainfall, another 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch, maybe up to an inch of precipitation if we can get some thunderstorms to kind of train over the same areas. But overall, the heaviest will be to our north and well to our south. Our best chance for rain, now there's a chance out there for Thursday, slight chance of a pop-up shower. A little better chance of a shower or storm on Friday. Saturday appears to be our best shot at widespread rainfall, and that still looks to move out by Sunday. So for Father's Day, things are looking dry. Satellite and radar today, rainfall to our west, no problems here. We do have a stationary front that's set up across the region, and that will give us a little extra lift in the atmosphere and generate a couple showers and storms. So tomorrow through the afternoon hours, 1 or 2 may pop up on that front. The better chance will be off to our west. That front will begin to lift back to the north slightly as we head into Friday. So at that point, now we're in the warm, unstable air once again, and it looks like maybe a few pop-up showers or storms. But as you can see, it's more located with the front to our north. north, just a few spotty showers and storms here, and to our south a little more in the way of cloud cover. Temperatures currently 85 in Owasso, same thing in Howell. Temperatures down to 84 in Mason, 84 in Marshall. It's a toasty afternoon. The McLaren Cam, we've got hazy sunshine, temperature 84. We made it up to 86 for a high today, and our wind gust was up to 41 miles per hour. Pretty impressive. In Grand Ledge, a little less in the way of wind, but I think we may have been shielded slightly by some trees around because 20 miles per hour seems a little on the low side to me. High temperature today 85, current temp at 84 degrees, while in Jackson under beautiful blue skies we're at 83 degrees. Morning low was 53, a wind gust at 30 miles per hour. And finally in Hillsdale we're looking at blue skies, temperature 83. That is the high. Morning low is 55 and our wind gust only up to 22 miles per hour. Here's tonight's forecast. Expect a low only down to 60, so it'll be on the mild side tonight. Partly cloudy skies will give way to mostly cloudy skies by tomorrow morning. More clouds than sun tomorrow, but temperature-wise, not bad, near 80 degrees, and just a few pop-up showers tomorrow afternoon. The 6-day forecast: Friday, a little better chance of storms, 77, 74 on Saturday. That's our best chance for rainfall. For Father's Day, I'm not sure that we're going to get rid of all the cloud cover, but at worst, mostly cloudy, 77 the high, 81 on Monday. Morning showers Tuesday, and then it's hot Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, with a few showers and storms back in the area next Thursday and Friday.
You know what I say about that, David? Bring it on. Bring on that sunshine. Bring on the heat.
I love the pool weather.
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's a great night to get out and hear some live music. In St. John's, the 22nd annual Concerts in the Park kicks off at 7 p.m. with the 126th Army Band, and they'll be playing at 801 West Park Street. And the MSU Federal Credit Union is once again hosting the Share the Music Foundation's Backyard Bash Summer Concert Series at its headquarters building at 3777 West Road in East Lansing, and it starts at 7 o'clock as well.